Hey guys, Game Ross here. Welcome to another my budget build guide. And in this video, I'm gonna talk about one of my favorite starter league build, Fireball Ignite. And I think this is a really good starter league build because with this, you don't really need to spend lots of currency to buy all the equipments that you need, and you can even do all rares with this. And also, what I like about this build is you only need to cast the fireball once and watch the enemy burn. And to begin this build, I'm gonna talk about all my unique items. First is this Searing Touch staff, which will give you +2 to level of socketed fire gems. Also, it will give you lots of fire damage, some cast speed, and lots of burning damage. And also, I'm using this Dodris Corn, which will give you +2 to level of socketed curse gems. And I'm also using two curses, Flammability and Despair. And lastly, this Pyre Sapphire Ring, which will give you lots of burning damage. And I'm using two of them. And for the rare items, first I want to talk about this 6-link body armor. If you're gonna buy a 6-link, make sure to buy a corrupted one, so it's gonna be a little cheaper. And I think I got lucky buying this one. I got this for like 17 chaos, and it has lots of maximum life and good amount of elemental resistance. And also when you're gonna buy a rare 6-link body armor, make sure that since it's a corrupted one, make sure to get the right color sockets. You're gonna need 3 blues, 2 green, and 1 red. And for the rest of my rare items, they are just basic life and resist. And for my flask, I'm using Witchfire Brew Flask, will increase damage over time. Sulfur Flask for increased damage. Granite Flask for more armor. And Quicksilver Flask for more movement speed. And also, I want to mention this Ash Color Wand, which is a really good leveling item. For the gem setups, I'm using Fireball, Lesser Multiple Projectile, Combustion, Ignite, Proliferation, Burning Damage, and Deadly Ailments. And for single target or boss fights, just switch Swift Affliction with Lesser Multiple Projectile. And in my gloves, I'm using Righteous Fire, Increased Duration, and Burning Damage. And on my stuff, I'm using Herald of Ash, Decoy Totem, Flame Dash, Increased Duration, Faster Casting, and Arcane Surge. Now, with this stuff, you don't really need to turn it into 6 sockets. I just accidentally turned it into 6 sockets. So 4 is it's okay to just use 4 sockets. Just remove Decoy Totem and just put it here. 4 sockets are totally okay. And for the helmet, I'm using Orb of Storm, Cursed on Hit, Despair, and Flammability. And lastly, on my boots, I have Summon Flame Golem, Cast when damage is taken, Molten Shell, and Malevolence. For the Pantheon, I'm using Soul of the Brine King for the 2-second stun immunity, and Soul of Grutko for more physical damage reduction. For the Ascendancy, I'm using Trickster, and I'm using Swift Killer for gaining Frenzy Charge and Power Charge. Also, it will increase your damage per Frenzy and Power Charge. And also, I'm using Weave the Arcane. Actually, this is kind of like an extra node, which will only give you maximum mana, movement skills, cost no mana, and some cast speeds when you used movement skill recently. And also I'm using Patient Reaper, which will give you 50% increased damage over time and recover 2% life and mana on kill. And lastly, I'm using Prolonged Pain for increased skill effect duration and more damage over time. For the skill tree, I took this Elemental Overload for more elemental damage, and also I'm using Whisper of Doom so I can use 2 curses, and also I'm using Elemental Equilibrium to reduce the the resistance of the enemy. And for the rest, just get the life nodes, also the fire and burning damage nodes. More life here, some damage over time here, and more fire damage here. And lastly, for the jewel, I'm just using a regular rare jewel with fire and burning damage. And that's it for this build guide. Thank you for watching. If you like it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you on the next video.
It's not right.